Hi, I'm Jacques Telemek with Filmmakers Alliance, and I'm here on behalf of League of Filmmakers, speaking with the filmmakers from Letter to 2025, which is a short dance video, beautifully done. Um, and so my first question is how it came together and how you guys found each other.
Yeah. So Ashley and I met how long ago? 13 years maybe?
Yeah, it was a long time. Yeah.
So we used to act together, perform together in musicals, and had a good time, but also, some crazy musical, small regional theater story, trauma bonding experiences. And yeah, we just became really close friends, and we never got to make anything together, even though we like hype each other up. And so, yeah, we just really wanted to make art together.
And how did this particular idea come together?
So there's a challenge through something called Cinematography for Actors,
Okay.
amazing female-led company that inspires artists to get out there and collaborate. And there's a list of different collaborators. And actually, that's how. So Rocky and I went to college together, but we didn't know each other. It's such a large production school at USC.
I'm going to interrupt and just define your positions on the film.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I'm the dancer
Okay.
and choreographer.
and choreographer. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm writer, director, producer, and editor.
And I'm the cinematographer and colorist.
Okay, cool. All right, back to your story.
And Rocky is a great cinematographer and just went through the same program at USC, the master's program. And I saw his name on the list of people who can sign up to say they want to collaborate together on this challenge.
Okay.
And yeah, do you want to?
Oh yeah, I think I signed up like a few months ago and kind of forgot about it. And then there's one day I just received this email from Jacqueline, and I've known her name since like her thesis film in USC. It's kind of like a big one, so like I was like, oh wow. And then
You saw
yeah,
that
we
too,
just
right? At the screening, you were
yeah,
there.
I was there. So yeah, it was like a surprise and honor, and we just hit up.
You reached out to her, and then you had this idea, or what? How did?
Yeah, I have been very frustrated this year. I'm sure no one else has been frustrated in 2025. And I just feel like as an artist, this is my way of communicating. And Ashley and I, and you can talk about as much as you want to talk about or as little, but like we often talk about living in LA, like our mental health doesn't always feel.
Yeah, and just like also just like the constant receiving of bad news on the phone, just over and over again. It's just like this onslaught, and like sometimes you just don't know. Like you need to stay informed about everything that's going on, but at the same time, it's just the brain. It's just not meant to like constantly just like get like all of this horrible news in a short time span.
Yeah.
And like because we're friends, we talk about it. I would say it was like a. I don't think I wrote this at all. I think it was like the three of us kind of like writing it together.
Okay.
Like I really gave Rocky free range. Like, hey, do you just want to go? You can frame the shots. Like I sent him storyboards of what we were going for, and then I just trusted him completely. And with Ashley, like all of the choreography like really came from like how she felt inside as a human being. And yeah, we just all three of us really wanted to make something about just feeling like you don't want to look at the news, but you have to. Like we have to stay informed, even though it's really painful to stay informed. And
well,
like,
there's no dialogue. So in crafting, like, let's call it the story, were you giving Ashley specific beats, like, okay, here's you're feeling this, and then now it's evolving to this, and
yeah,
then she would choreograph the steps to. Oh, cool.
All of that was choreographed day of, right before we filmed.
Oh, wow.
I'm a, I mean, my career has been a lot of like projects that are very planned to a point where sometimes it feels over planned. And this was an opportunity to be like, let's not do that. Let's, I don't think any of us knew if it was necessarily going to resonate with people or be good.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't the intention, I don't think. I don't know. I think the intention was to make this as express, you know, what is our ability to contribute to the time right now. And I want to go to rallies, I want to do these things, but truthfully, it felt like the way to do that is to channel all of the frustration we have. And like for me as a director, I can't tell her the beats. Like really, that was her, because. And I knew we talked about it. I was like, I just want you to improv, and I've seen her dancing, and she is really humble. It's so primal, it's so from the heart, and it's so intense. Like, yeah, how would you describe the style of?
It's like, it was like a mix of things. I was doing a little bit of like, jazz, a little bit of hip hop, maybe a few like African inspired moments. But it was just all kind of just coming from the moment of like feeling this like mix of like joy, but also insanity, like feeling like you're being driven to madness by all of the crazy things that are happening.
And what's motivating your choices? Like, is it the direction you're getting about the emotion we're supposed to be feeling, or is it just you feeling organically how your character is evolving or reacting and evolving through the information she's getting on the phone?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a mix of like Jacqueline did a great storyboard for it. And so,
Okay. Well, that helped. Yeah.
Yeah, and from there it's kind of just like taking the vibe and then like just contributing different pieces. And then sometimes I was just like playing around and coming up with a choreography as it just came out my body.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, it's a lot of improv.
Yeah.
But it was fun because it was very organic, so it felt like we were constantly like, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do this.
Yeah.
So that was like the fun part of it. Yeah.
Cool. What was the challenges in making it the way you chose to make it? Like you didn't get permits, probably, just went to Runyon, right? It's Runyon.
Yeah.
And you just said, we're just gonna shoot.
Do you want to talk about the gear?
Well, yeah. Runyon. Yeah, I mean, so we didn't have any permit, but that's like, we don't need to, right? So Jacqueline found this like brilliant place with like brilliant outlook of like the Los Angeles view. That's like it took a little bit of hike for us.
The first one was like the one we didn't go to was very public.
Oh yes.
There was like a first location we could have shot at that was like filled with tourists and
At Runyon? Yeah, it's the next higher one, right?
It's a different. It actually is lower, and that's why initially we were gonna film there and it wasn't as scenic, but it was more accessible.
Okay.
But
yeah, but on the day Jacqueline told me like she wanted to show me like a better place, but it takes a little bit of a hike.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, let's check it out, and then. I mean, it definitely took like half an hour of a hike, with all our gear. But I was telling everybody like, hey, like since we're here today, and then rather than we'd finish it like easily, why don't we should do this? We should do this hike to get here so that we can get the best shot, and then. Yeah, it turns out like it would be.
Did you have like a crew, or it wasn't just
Yeah,
you?
it was like a pretty small crew. Okay. I have.
They were mighty though. They were mighty.
Yeah, yeah. So we want to keep it small so that we're flexible. Oh, yeah. So like, yeah, I want to shout out to Mike. So I have two AC. Like my first AC, Sarah, and my second AC / script. It's called Eric. They're both great. We kind of basically just three of us to handle all the gear and the lighting, and we carry everything up. I mean, five of us, we carry everything up.
What kind of lighting did you have? Did you have a bounce
No,
board?
it's more like a bounce board or like a solid fly as like a negative fill, that kind of thing. And we used the Sony FX3 on a DJI gimbal to capture the beautiful move of Ashley.
And Rocky, like at one point, because there were a lot of oneers, there was one oneer that could have just been the whole film because it was so well constructed and acted, and it was beautiful. And at one point, he got up on top of a bench and like filmed down because I was like, how is he getting that camera angle? Like, what is that? And yeah, we looked over and he was literally like just in the moment on top of
Yeah, no, I was
standing on top of the
I was just
bench.
feeling, feeling the Ashley's move, and then, yeah, I mean, it's for me, for like a DP, it's such like a liberating process. Like with Jacqueline and Ashley, like we don't, like we were kind of, Ashley was like improving, and then for me as well, I just wanted, we just wanted us to like be immersed into the emotion, you know, having a script as like the baseline, but on the day, because it's like a dance film, right? Like you cannot, you cannot describe the dance in the script. So like, so we're really feeling it, we're capturing it. So I think it's very organic. It's very,
You don't always get lucky, and I realized that the best thing I would do as a director is kind of get out of the way and like let these two find their gel together, and it was almost seamless right away. From the very beginning, how well everybody worked together.
And how much did you reconstruct it or retell the story in post when you're editing it? Did you move around things in ways you didn't expect?
Yeah, and I think I did some things I regret. Like you take a long time to get to understand why Ashley's character, which we called Truth, but like you would never you would never know that. It just says the name at the end of the credits. But like Ashley's character, or Ashley, you take a while to understand like why she's going through this, or why something is like inhabiting her and finding this anger and sadness is manifesting through dance. You don't see until like I think it's 45 seconds in, you see a news title about how Russia's using child bombers, like that suicide bombers are now children, and that's how they're getting away with. And so you don't really see that until 45 seconds in, and I wish that had been maybe something we could be informed at earlier. Yeah, I don't know. Editing wise, I think my style, according to my professors at school, is like very mysterious and ominous. It's not intentional. Like when
it's the way you feel it.
Unfortunately, but it's like always really takes a while to get to the plot. And that's been my main struggle, I think, as a editor. And when I'm editing other people's projects, is they're like, this isn't a thriller. Like, we need to know what the scene is about.
It's scaring me.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, whether it was intentional or not, I think this one kind of ended up being like that too. Like it slowly takes time even till the end to understand that this is someone trying to channel this while they're really living there and being there, as opposed to kind of like a dream sequence feeling. So
you don't even get it till the credits when it says Truth. That's what that was.
I know, like it's not intentional, but I think I think the good thing about editing my own work, which I never let myself do until Sean Baker just did it. And when he did it, I was like, okay, it's okay for me to do it now. But it saves productions money. Like when the director is the editor, you don't have to pay. Like oftentimes, I'm not going to ask to be paid for that. So it's I think in this situation, it was kind of this was really an experiment to channel like what we were all feeling, and I don't think we were super precious about it, and I think that's why it worked. The whole thing felt very experimental, even the editing.
See that?
Oh yeah, you like Wong Kar-wai, so we even the kind of blurry shots,
the slow shutter, step printing shot.
Visually, that's a great person to emulate.
Well, it's one of my heroes and that I look up to. But
all right, well, let's get to like what we can share with other filmmakers. Like, what did each of you can tell me? Like, what was the experience? What did you get from the experience that you would share with another filmmaker who might want to make something like this?
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, sometimes it is the stuff that you come up with at the last minute or on the spot that's more resonant than what you plan. Because there's been times when I try to like plan out my choreography way in advance and I end up not liking it. And then I'll just like randomly do a thing.
like, you know, like the morning of, and then all of a sudden, like that's my favorite part.
Do you think though that the planning is important to get you to a place where you're comfortable experimenting and taking risks and you sort of know exactly what you're doing?
Absolutely. I mean, that is like one thing I guess I would just like it's good to always have a few like moves in your back pocket that you can like rely on. Um, and there were definitely some like choreography that I was like kind of like trying to like pick apart, or different like vibes that I had remembered, that I was like pulling from. So yeah.
That's great. What would you offer the world, offer the filmmaking universe?
This is my 18th short film.
Wow.
That
Nice.
sounds crazy. And I'm not doing that as a flex. I just really like making films.
Yeah.
And it's more accessible to make shorts, and you know, quick turnaround, and you get to learn something from it.
Yeah.
And I think that my whole promise to myself is to learn something new from each time. And I think really what I learned is like, I don't know if you guys know this, but this was like my promise to myself with this one. You can tell me if I did a good job. Always asking my team what they think before I tell them how I see it. Because then, you know, oftentimes when you're working with collaborators and directors have such a weird, just directors in general is just such a weird role. Because a good director doesn't impose their vision too much. They like really listen. You have to really listen. And I feel like in the past I haven't been necessarily great at that. I didn't understand it. And like this time I really wanted to hear what Ashley thought or hear what Rocky thought before I even shared anything with them. And that was like kind of the best part of this experience is, yeah, like we all were the directors, and I think that's the point. And I didn't really understand that. So I guess for filmmakers, ask your team what they think before you tell them what they think, because oftentimes, especially if you're working with new people you haven't worked with before, they might just tell you what they think you want to hear when they hear your idea first, and that kind of takes away the purpose of like art. You can still make a movie.
And the collaborative nature of filmmaking.
Yeah, the word collaboration I think is thrown around so much, even at our school, that it has too many meanings at this point. And I think really the collaboration is sharing vision. And I've so often, you know, I write, I direct, I act, I produce, I edit, and I've so often haven't allowed myself to do more than one thing on the project other than writing and directing, because I'm worried that I'm going to be called a bad collaborator if I do too many. But that also is not what the word collaboration means. And so I'm starting to realize it just means the people on your project, make sure that, you know, you give them ownership to ideas as well, without muddying it with your own thoughts.
Cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Rocky?
Well, yeah, I think I agree. You did a great job on that.
Yeah.
You don't have to say that.
No. I agree. I think that's actually what makes this film successful, because with that, I really feel like three of us on the day were actually writing this film together.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, like even though we have a script, Jacqueline drafted like a storyboard, but when we were prep, she told me that like I just wanted to give you freedom and to create on the day. And then like for each shot we've done, we will reflect like, oh, we just got this one, like where are we in the story right now, and then what else do we need? And then yeah, it feels like it's such a different process than like all the other short film that's like with planning for such a long time. Yeah, I mean, so I'm the cinematographer of the film, and I would say sometimes you just have to trust your instincts, especially when you're given freedom to work with like the frame and the actor, and you just really need to like not think about what you have learned, but to really be there and feel it, and then to really feel, because you are deciding where to put the audience. You're guiding the audience to see this film. So you are the audience. So you have to really be in there to just use your heart to feel it. So yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's each of you say your names because I don't think we introduced you by names.
Oh, really?
Hi, I'm Ashley.
Ashley.
Ashley Douglas, sir.
Douglas.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Elyse Rosenthal.
Hi, I'm Rocky Huang.
All right. Do you have any parting words for the filmmaking audience, for our up and coming filmmakers?
Just
Of which you were to
watch out for these two. They're really amazing. You're gonna see a lot from them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of this
Thank
and
you.
Thank you.
being part of the League of Filmmakers.
Thank
Mm.
you.
Let's make more stuff.
Thank you.
Do you have a handshake?
Thank you.